Hello, folks. Hey, we're coming to you out here at Bartlett Lake. We've been out fishing all day long and just having some fun. It was a little cold this morning, so we decided we play a card game first, and then we went out on the lake before it got too hot, and have had a great day out there. We're not cooking fish today, but we're just here to make you hungry. So today we're going to do a recipe from. Her name is Debbie Hare in Salt Lake, and she did this for one of the IDOS cook-offs. And I can't say how it placed, but it was on one of the World Championship cook-offs, if I remember correctly. So thank you, Debbie. It's one of the ones that we've done in the past and we've really enjoyed. We call these our Stampede'n BBQ ribs. I don't remember the name that she had affixed to them, but anyway, we've got, let's see, a tablespoon of paprika, a tablespoon of sugar, and 2 teaspoons of salt. And so we're going to take we got some pork ribs, country style, and the way that Debbie had written the recipe was that it's best to season these, breathe in some of that charcoal fumes, but season your pork ribs and put those in a bag or whatever and put them in the refrigerator overnight if you can. Well, we were too busy fishing and we didn't get that part done today. So what we're going to do is we're just going to season that all up. And now you're probably going to say, well, that looks more than 1 tablespoon of paprika and 1 tablespoon of sugar. And you're right. We kind of doubled up this recipe because we're some hungry folks today. So
we like flavor.
We like flavor. And so we've had a lot of good flavor this weekend. So we'll take and try and rub those down the best we can with that rub. Get that on there, and then we're going to put it on the coals and let it bake for probably about an hour and a half. And we're also making our own barbecue sauce. Thank you, Debbie. It's one of those that's not too spicy, but it's got some great flavor. And I like spicy. A lot of times my companions don't. My wife, she likes flavor, but just doesn't want it to burn her. So we're going to take it. And yes, I washed my hands after we went fishing. So there's no stink bait or power bait or any of those kind of things on my hands. Ooh, that's a big rib. That's a pork chop. So dump some of that off on there. And weather has been beautiful today. Probably 75 at most.
75, 80. It's been hot. Our winter went away.
Yeah, I know. Some of you guys are in the snow country and really complaining about winter, but man, it's been pleasant here. Look at that, short sleeves. And I did wear long pants today, but we've been wearing some shorts this weekend, just enjoying our whole time out here. Take that rub and try and get it in all the crevices of our pork. And you can probably use a little bit more. And then we're going to put these to some heat. We're going to use about 11 coals on the bottom and about 16, 17 on the top of a 14-inch Dutch oven. This is originally written for a 12-inch Dutch oven, and that's fine. So on a 12-inch, you'd probably put, let's see, 9 on bottom and 15 on top. And that should give you about a 350-degree baking oven. And about an hour is about all we can get out of a set of charcoal coals. So about that hour point or just before that, we'll start some more coals and change those out. Bar's been in the kitchen getting our stuff ready to make our barbecue sauce. And so we'll get that here shortly too. She's complaining she's not camera ready, but she keeps jumping in front of the camera, so we think she's fibbing. We've had a great day. See you shortly. Okay, folks, we're back. We've got our pork ribs, country style ribs seasoned. We're going to put that on 11 coals on the bottom. And I think we've got enough here. 16 or 17 up on the lid, and just in case you didn't get to see what was in there, those ribs are just kind of laying in there, seasoned, swimming in the flavors. In the past, I've done it where I've taken and put some onion rings, cut those, and act them as a trivet in the bottom, and let them actually sit on top of that and cook. And, Michael turned off his generator. Thank you, Michael. Make it a little bit easier to hear me since he says I talk so quietly, which is not that hard to believe. So we're just going to ring that up about like that. And now we're going to take and make our barbecue sauce. And so we're going to set that right in the middle there, that 9-inch oven. And if you think I'm lying to you, right there on the lid it says 9-inch. Okay, it's pretty much about the same size as an 8. But anyway, so we're going to set that in there. And my wonderful wife has done me a great service. She's already sauteed our onions and put together our stuff for our barbecue sauce. Oh, that's butter. So we're going to add all this into it, and I'll tell you what's in it here in just a moment. But it's a big old chunk of butter in there that's going to melt up. And I got a friend of ours, Jesse James is his name actually, and he makes probably one of the best barbecue sauces that I've ever enjoyed. And I had one time taken some scouts, and we'd gone up to eastern Arizona and went fishing, and on the way back from our trip, we packed up that morning and left, and on the way back, kids kind of said they were a little hungry, so we stopped at a little place in Forest Lakes, a little roadside stand, and they had some ribs, they had some hot dogs, so the boys all got hot dogs, and the leaders got ribs. And I'm telling you, that was a really great trip. And as I started to walk back to the truck or over to the table where we were going to sit and eat, the guy says, you might want to try some of this barbecue sauce. And I said, okay. So I took a little taste, and I said, that's pretty good, okay. So we put some on our plates, and this was stuff made by Head Country out of Ponca City, Oklahoma. I think it was Ponca City. Anyway, Oklahoma. And it was pretty good stuff. And I was supposed to take my wife out for dinner when we got home that night. And so what I wound up doing is we had some extra ribs, and so I wrapped those in foil, put some of that barbecue sauce in there on them, wrapped that up, and I put it up on the engine, underneath the hood on the engine so it would keep it warm on the trip home. And so we got home, got all the boys, delivered to their domiciles, and then I took those ribs in the house, and I told her, I said, while I shower, why don't you taste these ribs? And so I got out of the shower, and she says, we don't have to go to dinner. She says, I'm going to eat these. So it was a winner. Well, for years, we used that Head Country barbecue sauce, and it was a hot and spicy, and it was pretty good. And then we were at it was a chuck wagon cook-off out at Rawhide many, many years ago. Anyway, we ran across the guy, Jesse James, and got to talking to him, and wouldn't you know it, he's there, marketing his wares, and one of those was a barbecue sauce, and it's a honey habanero barbecue sauce, and it sounds like it'd be smoking hot, but the flavor is more of a black peppery flavor, and I'm telling you, it is fantastic. And he has since retired, and he's up in the Washington, Oregon area, and there's a company that bought out his recipes, and so they're selling it in their little store. But I haven't got with him to see about, if we can get some of that sent down to us, because I would order by the gallon from him. And we did a birthday party where there was a 90-year-old, and Anyway, his son says, "Can you make a less spicy, for him?" And I said, "Yeah." So we made ribs with less spicy, and then we made them with the honey habanero. And as he came through the line, he says, "Well, what's the difference?" And I said, "Well, these are the really spicy ones, and these ones are probably more suited to your palate." And he looked at me, and he looked down, and he says, "I want these." And he took the spicy, and he loved them. So it was like I had some extra ones, and so we wound up taking those out of the regular spice and putting them in the hot and spicy. Everybody really enjoyed that. So anyway, that's the story. Anyways, the barbecue sauce consists of 1 small onion, 2 tablespoons of butter, 1 cup of ketchup, a 1/4 cup of packed brown sugar, 3 tablespoons of lemon juice, 3 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, 2 tablespoons of cider vinegar, 1½ teaspoons of ground mustard, 1 teaspoon of celery seed, and 1/8 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Now, anybody that knows me, 1/8 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, that's not even worth it. And so I usually wind up putting a half or maybe even a whole teaspoon in there. That's just kind of the way that I do things. But my good wife, she's the one that put it all together in there in the kitchen. And you saute the onions first, and then you start adding in all. I take it back. You saute them in butter, and then put them in here with all the other stuff, mix it together. And while our ribs are cooking, we'll kind of let this barbecue sauce cook and melt all those flavors together on top of that heat. And I think we've probably got enough coals now that we can put the lid on that. So that radiant heat from the top of the 14-inch oven with the ribs is going to be enough to kind of heat this up and get that to cook and meld those flavors. So that's our country style ribs, and we're looking forward to dinner, folks. Hit like and subscribe if you like this recipe, or if you don't like this recipe, let us know. Put some comments down below. Let us know what you see, what you like, what you don't like. I'd like to get some feedback from you. Thank you. Have a great day.
Okay, folks, we're back. Got our coals going again, so we can replenish. And we're going to check our barbecue sauce. Remember, we got generators running, so we got to get a little noisy. Okay.
That's doing absolutely wonderful, so we're going to take it. I know. Test it first. Nope. Set that off to the side. Off there. Take our ribs. And they're a little juicy.
The ribs are looking good. They're a little juicy. Yeah, you can see the juice just fine.
Set that up on an angle so we can take a cup and move our ribs up out of the way. That's plenty right there. Try and get as much more juice out of there as we can. Okay, so there's some of that juice in there. Get rid of that. Now we're ready to move our ribs around and get our barbecue sauce down inside there. Nothing else needs some light down inside this pot, huh?
Oh no, we can see just fine.
Okay.
I can see just fine.
We'll leave it be then. Let me grab my bag. Because I don't like touching on things without some way to. Michael, I think you got a free hand. Put that in yours. Yeah. I will caution you, whenever you've got liquidy stuff, whether it be syrup or stews or anything like that. When you go to move your oven around, make sure you got something to hold the bottom, because that oven will tip. That liquid will blow to one side, and all of a sudden your weight distribution goes crazy, and you wind up pouring it down your leg, and that is just really a disastrous thing. So be careful when you're moving that stuff around that's got liquid in it. Okay. Set that back off to the side.
Well, that looks good. You really see it now.
All on there. We're going to replenish our coals here, and so about the time that gets done, our cowboy mashed potatoes will be done, and we'll be ready to eat dinner.
All right, we'll see you in a little bit then.
Hit like and subscribe. Give us your comments. Everybody, welcome back. We're ready to eat our dinner and celebrate Brenda Reed's birthday. We had a great time up here this weekend at Bartlett Lake. We've made our cowboy mashed potatoes to go with our ribs. It has carrots, it has jalapeno, it has corn, it has butter, red potatoes, white, yellow potatoes. What did I forget? Butter? Cheese. Black pepper, salt, and that's to go along with our ribs. And so, since it's birthday girl's birthday, Brenda gets to try first. Brenda, you got to pick on which one of these you want.
Whatever you pick, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Okay. Careful what you ask for. I'll let you dish up your mashed potatoes. You can take that first taste test and tell Michael what you think of it.
That looks, it smells delicious.
You want more than one?
Well, let's see where I got here. I'm going to take some potatoes. They smell good too.
And I think our neighbor is quite jealous, because he came over and said that everybody in his family's gone home. He's the only one left, and he was making breakfast for dinner. And I think he was trying to fish for an invite to come eat with us.
Uh-oh. Let's do it this way.
Ooh.
It was good. It is good. Thank you.
So, Brenda, we would sing happy birthday to you on this, but you don't want to hear me sing.
No, probably not.
Everybody else is one.
But we'll get knives, because I'm going to need a knife for this meat. But it smells, it tastes delicious.
Okay, guys, don't forget to leave comments. Let us know what you think.
Subscribe.
After you try it, then tell us if there's anything you would like to change on your own.
Thank you, Debbie Hare, for the recipe.
Thank you, Debbie. Have a good night.
Night.